All right, we're getting ready here for the opening kickoff as Nantucket's finishing up in the huddle. I'd like to mention all our fine sponsors who bring you the Wheeler Fall season on Visitor Network TV, the UPS Store, Martin Bork Painting, Nantucket Airlines, Nantucket Civic League, Santa's Rubbish Removal, the Sea Grill, Outdoor Power, Stover Engineering, TA Nelson Construction, Nantucket Glass and Mirror, Pete's Fresh Fish Prints, Valero & Sons, Clark Brothers Construction, Fast Forward, Nantucket Emissions, the Islander Package Store, University of Nantucket, Morash Construction, the Nobby Shop, Shepherd Real Estate, Nantucket Fencing. We thank all these fine sponsors for being part of the fall season. Remember, you too can be part of the fall season, doing soccer, field hockey, and football, your business logo, and contact playing 6 months, 24/7, a free 15-second video, that's a $500 value, playing for 1 month, 24/7. Your ad can be used on your Facebook page or on the website, and you'll be an official sponsor of Wheeler Sports TV here on Visitor Network TV, and your business name will be read during the games by myself. And we're underway here, Paul, and it's all this for $500 for 6 months.
Good afternoon, Dick, and what a great afternoon for soccer here on Nantucket. We are facing Sturgis East. This is going to be a competitive, tight game. Although I have to say, earlier in the season, they lost to this team 5-0, but quite frankly, I was shocked by that because Sturgis East usually has a much stronger team.
So couple of key injuries on the Wheelers today. Tell us about who's not playing.
Ella Gammons is out with a concussion, unfortunately, and Audrey Snell is sick. So those two will... It's going to be a bit hard to fill those shoes. They've both become really solid players on the team. That being said, Kate Daniels is at full speed, no injuries on her side, and she is currently leading the league in scores, goals tallied. So look for her to be
She had
strong.
what? She had 2 goals against the Vineyard?
She scored 2 goals, yep. Against the Vineyard on Saturday. That game was 4-0. I wasn't able to make it to that game. Were you here?
I come by and watched a little of it. Yeah, I stopped on my bike ride. The girls are really fired up.
Ooh.
It's the first shot of the game. Why? But a nice opening there.
That was a great kick. Nice follow through with the ball. That was Mia Silverio. She's been solid all season in that deep position. Captains of this team, we want to acknowledge Olivia Slade and Claire McKay. Another talented twosome in the front that we have. We have Nora McClellan on the field, Zadie Wilson, and I believe we've got, it looks like, Grace Bartlett in the goal today, Dick. Correct me if I'm wrong, for Nantucket.
It looks like it from here. You have a hard time sometimes telling because you don't see their number.
You know, this is only my second game of the season covering with you, but if I believe I'm correct in saying that Grace was between the pipes when we covered a game, gosh, about a month ago. And
she was there, and then I did a game with Tom the week he was sick, and I think there was a different...
might have been Christiana Rogavine, perhaps.
I think she was in goal that day, yeah.
Yeah, Grace Bartlett, that first opening game I saw, it was a close game, but she was starting to find her rhythm in the goal. They had Zeta Wilson in there last year, but as you and I talked about a month ago, she's so strong offensively, defensively, forward, back, wide, sideways, and then some. It's best that she's out on the field moving.
There's a corner. Oh, a beautiful setup there. McClellan and... who was
McClellan
it?
trying to get that in on the
She
corner.
got it in, and Nora, good. And then Claire McKay, I'm trying to say her name. Claire McKay almost got her foot on it there.
One of the strongest contributing members of this team, Nora McClellan, just solid all the way around. Great in that forward and midi position, and that was right off the post stick.
Right there, on their half, DC.
2 40-minute halves coming up, and it feels like the wind's picking up all
a little bit. And I look up at the clock, there's no clock there. They didn't have it running Saturday either. I'll look at my clock here and sort of estimate the time.
They've been having problems with that clock, though.
Yeah.
Nice deep kick from Sturgis East.
I think probably with all that rain we got some last week, probably some water leaking. When I showed up here, some lights were on. They must have been trying to get it going, but it's not on right now.
Kate Daniels making a nice crossover to Nora McClellan. Nantucket right now, I don't know if it's because they played Saturday, they're looking just a little bit lackluster as far as getting that cohesiveness,
Well,
in that front line.
You're right with that. They're probably a little bit out of sync here, and we hope they get back into sync as quick as possible, because big game on Saturday. Probably, I'm guessing, and I'm probably about 90% sure they didn't practice yesterday,
Right.
Sunday, and here they are back Monday. Long weekend, homecoming weekend, all weekend
Whoa.
Spirit Week. Nice save there, wow.
Excellent save.
Organizer shake.
Nice shot by Kate Daniels. She's just kind of warming her legs up, so to speak, for the kick and carry, and look for her to be scoring a couple goals today. But
Well done.
yeah, you're
Well
right.
done.
That must have been, adrenaline-wise, physically-wise, that was a big game for the Lady Whalers, and it looked like quite the crowd was there.
There was a big crowd here, and then they probably stayed around and watched the boys' game. Then they went to the football game.
Oh, look at her.
They had the king and queen. Some of them might have been involved in that. I don't have the list of part of the.
It's called
court.
Having Fun, Dick. Youth, remember?
I did find though when I was leaving the football game a pin for the 2014 court. Gino, you want to show this?
Oh, that's great.
If somebody lost their pin, some young lady, I have it. I have it here in my bag, and you can come by and see me at any game and pick it up. I'll hold on to it. Or at least I'll pin you, Paula.
Oh, thank you.
I'll put you in the court for.
There you go. Posterity.
Well done.
So you mentioned the Patriots a couple of times. So the Patriots are back, huh?
Wow. You know what? I knew that they were going to be. I didn't want to jump on that bandwagon of the naysayers with Tom Brady's 37. He had an off week. Kansas City, I watched that game, although I didn't watch the entire game because I unfortunately shut it off. They played an unbelievable game. Smith, is that the guy, the quarterback for Kansas City, Alex Smith?
Yes.
Is that his name? But last night, Tom Brady looked so focused. He was like a machine. You could just read it in his eyes, his body language. Tom was back.
Yeah, you talk about the two games, the top and the bottom, and it's just the way they come out, They come out in that Kansas City game, and they just looked out of sync. And you say, well, next drive. Last night they come out and they were just firing on all cylinders. Those first two drives are unbelievable. Then they slowed down a bit, but every time Cincinnati tried to get a little bit closer, they just turned it on again. They didn't finish off a few drives, but I mean, he kicked what, 5 field goals, 4 field goals?
Right, Ridley, Edelman. I mean, every player came and played. Oops, Mia Silveri trying to knock that in. Yeah, it was just a really good game. It was kind of like a feel-good game. I think everybody needed it.
It almost felt like a playoff game, and it's funny to say that when you're still in October,
Oh no! Look, I was expecting Tom Brady to do a cartwheel on the field. I mean, he just so excited. He was beside himself towards the end.
Yeah.
So congratulations to the Patriots. Right now, Zeta Wilson trying to make something happen at that midi line. Nora McClellan really trying to get out on that wing.
Nantucket has the early advantage here.
Nice job by Lizzie Thayer bringing it back.
Keeping the ball down there into the field here, but haven't had a real good shot. They had a couple of decent shots, not a real good shot.
Nora McClellan trying to get it up to Kate Daniels, one of the strong leaders of this team. Zeta Wilson in the backfield. Lizzie Thayer, dynamite as always in that defensive position. Clearing the goal. Remember, Dick, the ball is your friend and keep it away from the opposition's goal. It's really the first time Sturgis has broken that midi line, Dick.
Yeah. 13 put a good little move on there for Sturgis and got tripped up, so they get a free kick.
The entire island was bragging about the weather today. You come down here, it's like its own weather pattern. Do you ever notice that? It's so windy on this
well,
field.
it's open. Yeah, it's open here, so there's
the range.
But you should have been here last Thursday when we did the boys' game. The wind was so strong right in our face, Paul, that we actually went on that side of the field, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
We can't go on that side of the field today because the sun will be right in our eye. But we were over there Thursday with no sun. The wind was behind us, but it was kind of fun.
Yeah, different.
Meeting some of the parents, meeting some of the fans.
Well, in the old days, we used to be on that side.
We used to always did it from that side.
And
yeah.
then we got demoted over to here.
Gino did not like the sun in his camera. Bob, when we had Bob on the camera, Bob never was artificial. He took rain, he took sun, he took wind, anything on the camera.
Nice throw in by Lauren Wilson, number 20. Speaking of running, Jules Emery Pelrine.
How did that turn out? I knew you
Get there.
I knew you talked about it, and I saw it in the paper, but I never. Oh, big save
Nice
there.
That's better.
Hey, yeah, that was a week ago Saturday night. Yeah. I thought I'd see something in the paper this weekend about it,
Yeah,
but
I think
didn't.
he needs better, stronger press coverage.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's trying to raise money.
We were gonna talk about it that day, but the game got canceled. We were gonna do it the Wednesday. There's a good shot.
Oh,
yes.
Nice. As we predicted, Kate Daniels, beautiful shot, landing in that corner and dropping ever so slowly behind that goalie, Dick. Didn't that just look like slow motion?
Yeah, the wind was her friend on that one, and she knew the wind. She hooked it right up there, and you know, without the wind, that thing carries way over, but it got knocked down, and.
Yeah, that was a prolific goal. Absolutely beautiful. Nice job by Kate Daniels. We should try to get a goal cone for her to acknowledge that. I know that she is first in the league, but you know, it would be nice to see exactly where she's at.
Well, it's something that somebody has to do and get to the newspaper, because the newspaper's not at every game.
Right.
But if there was one representative in the league, and they do it for football, but they don't seem to do it for the other sports. There's one representative in the league that said, on my team, here are the 3 top scorers. Kate Daniels has, 15 goals, whatever it might be, and 4 assists, blah, 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 and then call up all the other schools to get that. Then call the paper with that information. Right. The paper would publish it. They'd say the leading scorers in the Cape and Islands, girls soccer are, and then the list.
I should volunteer just to do that for the girls, because that
it takes time.
It takes time, but it's nice positive reinforcement for all their working. And when you think about it, Dick, Nantucket always has some of the best. Alexa Crosby, the McClellans, always really strong leaders in the league, if not the state, for scoring. So
she's playing at college. I was talking to her mother.
Grace?
Alexa.
Oh, Alexa Crosby. Yeah, she's playing at UVM. She was walk-on last season, and she's playing full tilt this season. So it'd be great if we can maybe get her mom in a game and get her on the air and chat with her.
She does come by to a game, because I was talking to her, but she probably sits on the other side over there. But we get her to come over on our side. Get her to come over on our side of the field.
Exactly.
It's fun over here. Come on over.
Olivia Slade, one of the leaders of this team, in the hunt for Red October, so to speak, trying to make something happen with that ball. I think Olivia was in homecoming court.
Olivia was one, yeah.
That was the only name.
We did have a list.
Assault,
we had a list that Chris Maury gave us at the football game Saturday, and Dennis read it. Mm-hmm. And I did not see the list.
Congratulations.
I should have grabbed it from him so I'd have it for today, but
The only one I knew was Olivia at Tia Salt.
Tia was in there, yeah.
And the Duat girl. I saw their names.
Keziah was there.
Yeah,
I
she's a
remember.
Great athlete.
They were out in the field, yeah.
And the Pearl son.
Jake Pearl was.
Congratulations. And Kate Daniels working it, being told by Sturgis East, man on her, but she's still able to rock off a solid kick down to the right side of the field. Nora just stepped out of bounds. He almost didn't catch that, Dick. That was a delayed call. So where do you think the FIFA World Cup should be, Dick, in the next go-round, 2018 and 2022?
Dubai. Well done. It's white ball. White.
Dubai is supposed to be absolutely beautiful, though, on the bucket list of places to go. But any other thoughts? Anywhere in North America?
Well, Boston's talking about doing it, but I think that's not a practical choice. It would be amazing, if it was ever that close,
Right.
And, I think it would even overflow into Nantucket. You would get a lot of visitors that would come down here that came to it. Yeah, so that would be interesting.
That's a really viable point, because economy-wise, that would be stimulated in Boston. I would assume.
It doesn't happen in the summer.
Happens in the summer. True,
but I'm saying people, when they go to things like that, they visit, or they'd hear about Cape Cod.
Right.
People all over the world hear the word Cape Cod, even Nantucket, and they would take a day or two before, whatever they had tickets for the events. You know, those when people do that, if you travel that far, you don't want to just come in for a long weekend and watch
Right.
2 events and get out of there. You
And
know,
generally speaking, there's a money trail following those people. If they can afford to go to World Cup soccer, they expand that net and they want to travel. Yeah, that's a good
yeah,
point.
and then you make a 2-week vacation out of it, and you visit
They can
places.
call me for the rental.
Right.
I got this one figured out. I'm ready to sign.
And the Stop and Shop should be finished by then, right? So.
I can't find my crackers. It's making me crazy.
Yeah.
I've like given up.
I mean,
love those things.
Diagonal to the left.
I go shopping with my wife every once in a while, and you know, when I'm with her, she asks me to go find this and that. When I go shopping,
Take me.
when I go shopping myself, I want to get 1 or 2 things, so I have it all in my mind. When I walk in the door, I'm going to go right, and I'm going to grab my lettuce, and I'm going to go left and grab my my soda, and bing, I'm back in line. I go in, I go right, and there's no lettuce.
There's no crackers.
The crackers are nowhere to be found.
I go coffee, chocolate, crackers, bananas, not necessarily in that order. I'm not a very good cook. Just put that out there.
And now they close the wine store at the corner, so now everybody's really flubbed up
Oh,
there.
yeah.
They start walking down to there, and they run into
A lot of people are
a
looking depressed.
tractor.
Right,
Yeah.
walking in a trance in that neck of the woods, I noticed. Speaking of that, of drinking, my God, I went to Derek Jeter's second to last game at Fenway.
Oh!
That was something. A little bit of history. He struck out. He was the second batter up, struck out, and then he went up again. He made it to first base. Where he was busy chit-chatting with everybody.
They gave him an infield hit in this little chopper that looked
Yeah.
like a little league bunt.
But you know what the best part about the game was? Steve Frates from ALS. They had him there for the pregame ceremony, and I mean, it was something, really something to have the seats that I have be as close as I was, and
Okay, Sturgis is setting up here for a free kick here, and Nantucket's got to defend it.
more Jeter fans there than I'd say Red Sox fans, but it was just really well done. And Sturgis East back to the game. No more talking.
That's the perfect
Oh,
ball.
I got one more there.
Ooh.
Gone Girl, the movie just came out. Who's in that?
Ben Affleck.
He, in a scene in the movie, they wanted him to wear a
yeah.
Yankee cap, and he said, no way, no way. They wouldn't let him wear a Red Sox cap either, but he wouldn't wear a Yankee cap, so he went with a Mets cap.
Yeah, 'cause he's a diehard Bo Sox fan, Cambridge boy. He's-
Gino loves him too.
Gino must be a Yankees fan.
Bill Maher.
I saw that, Gino. That was
Go
cool. I
Nora.
like that.
No, he was too much.
I like that.
I like Ben
Big
Affleck.
mouth.
I think the author was too much.
No, he wasn't. He was trying to make a point, and the guy wouldn't even let him talk.
I didn't see the interview.
Oh, you got to see the interview.
I will check it out.
You'll be the
Obviously.
4 millionth people to view it. Go online and
Really?
view it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You gotta see it, Paula.
So yeah, don't spoil it for
I
me.
won't
Let me-
spoil it for
let me,
you.
let me check it out. But anyhow, Fenway was a great place to be, and Cask and Flagon did not disappoint.
Really, Dick, you stayed up that late to watch that?
No, I saw it. I didn't see the whole thing. I saw parts on the news today.
Oh.
Can I just say one more thing about Fenway? Do you know that 2 beers? Guess how much 2 beers cost?
$22.
That's exactly it.
Without a tip.
Without a tip. Yeah, the girl.
And then
the
they want a
guy
tip.
That I write the
They want-
sports thing with in
they want-
Boston. She was with me. Was like, so we were taking turns.
They want that 70-year-old guy that brings the beer down and he wants a tip.
Let me tell you something. Next time I go, the nips are going in the pocketbook. I mean, that's ridiculous.
I learned that a long time ago.
Yeah, but they check your bag now. You can't do that anymore.
You tape it to your elbow and you walk in with
You
a
need to
cap.
learn to tailgate in this neck of the woods. Something. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Well, you talk about the alcohol flowing. I went to the Scallopers Ball the other night.
That's always fun
Oh,
too. I
that
love
was a fun event.
Great.
And I
you
got
wearing
out
skull plates around your neck?
I got out there by 9 o'clock, and the place was starting to shake.
I heard.
The building was starting to shake at 9 o'clock, and
Great
I
party.
can't imagine what that place looked like at midnight.
That is a great
On
party.
my way out, I had 15 people say, Mr. Herman, Mr. Herman. They're running over to me. And I didn't even know half of them. I said, well, take your hat off, take your glass. Well, all former students of mine, yeah. Oh yeah,
Mr.
see,
Herman.
after you have a couple of beers, you want to talk to your former teachers, you know.
He's your new BFF.
Yeah. The whole year they said boo to me when I had them as a student. Now all of a sudden with 2 beers and Mr. Herman, remember that day? And then they started. Remember we were at football practice that day? Remember that day? Oh God.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, one year I wore scallop lights
Scallop lights
around my neck with my dress, so you had to plug me in.
Oh, I remember those.
Yes.
I remember those.
That was pretty
They
funny.
lasted for a while, a couple of years. They were really nice.
Yeah. All right, back to the action here. No more fun.
Girls were ahead 1-0. Looking at, was about halfway through this first period, about 20 minutes ago. No clock today, so we're only estimating.
Lindsay, come on.
If this guy, the official on this side, talks to me, I'll try to get the time from the other guy. Keith will tell me. This guy here, I try to get the time. I try to talk to him. While he did the boys' game last week, Paul, he would not talk to me.
Yeah.
He was too official.
Come on.
I think he's just shy.
Look across.
Perhaps he's a bit of an introvert.
He's shy.
Nice hustle by
Let's
Lizzie there.
let's
in
get
the
him on for
backfield.
halftime interview, Vito. We'll loosen him up. He's just shy, Gino said.
Sturgis East ball. Lizzie trying to keep that in play. Just a little too much to handle there. Back to Olivia Slade. You know, Nantucket really hasn't been challenged down in their neck of the woods, so to speak. This is kind of a lackluster game
Right.
on both sides.
But I expected Nantucket to be down a little bit. They were so pumped up for this weekend. But it was great that Kate got that goal. It's much easier playing with a 1-0 lead than being down 1-0. You know, if Sturgis gets the first goal, and it might turn out to be a low-scoring game. You never know. We've noticed though that these girls are a second half. This referee stops more action than he starts. We noticed that the other day. He stopped it 3 times.
Yeah, I think at this level, it's just unless it's an egregious yellow flag, something, just
In the
try to let it
in the
go.
boys' game, he said the ball should be right here, you know, and they moved it back there, and then he didn't like that position, and they moved it back again, and then they kicked it, and he says no, and he started them again, and then they kicked it a second time, and he said no, and then they put it back in, and he kicked it a third time, and he felt ready to say no, and he said, no, let it go. But he was not happy.
Wow.
He was not happy from where they started it from. I couldn't believe it.
Speaking of which, how many balls are you required to bring for a high school sanctioned soccer game?
I would say 8.
3.
3. Well, we're over the limit then. I
We're
can
over the
see
limit.
1, 2, 3, 4. I can see 5 right
The ball
here.
boys, little Harry buzzing around, and didn't we have Harry out there
Oh,
one day
yeah,
with
yeah.
a piece of luggage? Do you remember that? Didn't he have luggage with him?
Well, the problem with Harry was that Harry was the ball boy, and then all of a sudden, the ball went in the bushes over there, and then Harry's over there shooting hoops. They're looking for the ball, and Harry's up there shooting hoops with the ball.
We just saw his little brunette head, yeah. You spotted him, actually. Wow, Sturgis.
Well, you should be here for the boys' game. The boys' game, they have the Brannigans do it. There's like 15 little Brannigans, all from 2 to 6 doing it. There's one
That's great.
there's one every 5 feet, and they have official shirts on, everything. They do a great job at the
Do they
boys'
really?
game.
See, yeah, they should be doing that on the girls' side because there's so many younger girls that would love to be doing this. Why not?
Yeah, if you
should check that
solicited them and got them here, they'd love to do it. You're right.
Absolutely.
Sturgis keeping the ball down here a little bit here.
Yeah,
Not
they
getting
are.
a lot of shots out of it, but keeping the ball down Nantucket's end.
Zeta Wilson being challenged there. Olivia Slade trying to get it up. Frances Stedman out on the field. And Kate Daniels motoring, and she's going to try to make something happen here with a nice kick. Oh, it's too bad she didn't cross that. They need to press. That forward line just keeps, if you notice they're running, they're starting to press, and then they stop.
Yeah, Kate was a little bit ahead of the pack there. She got herself in a bad angle. I would have liked to seen her take that ball in a little bit and then take the shot, because the girl that was on her backed off and gave her a little bit of leadway there. But she took the bad angle shot, didn't hit the con like she did last time.
Right, and when she hits that corner, she's spot on, but you really want to be shared.
What's the time, sir?
Nice deep drop for Sturgis East.
Cover in the middle.
Jorge's favorite word, hunt. Be in the hunt.
Okay, he said there's about 23 minutes, so he's...
Back to Nor Harrington with a throw in. Remember, you want to drop, get that ball off fast and furious. Do not hold on to that. Gives the opposition time to figure out their game plan.
Next to you. He's coming.
What do you think about Switzerland for World Cup?
Well, that's always a good spot, yeah. Can't go wrong with that.
Chocolate is what I think.
Chocolate and chocolate and no guns. There'd be no guns allowed.
There you have it.
You'd be in more trouble if it was in Switzerland. You'd be in more trouble if you're trying to smuggle some candy in your pocketbook than if you were smuggling in anything else.
Gosh, the chocolate is to die for. All right, so how much time do we have left in this first?
He just said 23. That was way off my count. I had it down 5 minutes under that, but we'll have to go with his. He's the official guy.
Claire McKay in action, number 4, trying to make it up to Kate Daniels. We've got Nora McClellan out there. Bit of a changing of the guards. Fortunate Ella Gammons is out. Audrey Snell is out today. Christy Ringer is in that defensive position, only a sophomore. Nora Harrington.
There it is. There it is.
Kate.
Oh!
I heard somebody from that saying, nice ball. She should have just dialed it back.
Beautiful setup there, but I think she made a mistake of just trying to blast it by. She didn't have to blast that one by her.
No.
She had it at her mercy. She just could have finessed that one in easily.
She's just such a die-hard, 110% athlete. She was there. She was in that forward momentum. You're exactly right. She just pulled it back a notch. She would have had that.
Yeah, that was a finesse one. When you're that close.
Back up. No. Back up.
Nice deep kick by the Sturgis East.
Make him decide who's going to defend. Don't go to a defender. Make him decide who's going to play.
Jorge was right. He said this was going to be a close game, and he's spot on with what he was saying, Dick. Nice hustle by number 4 from Sturgis.
Sturgis is hustling right now. They're probably out hustling the Whalers.
Number 27, Christy Ringer. Hey, you hear Jorge saying relax. The ball is your best friend. Relax. Hold on to that ball as long as you can before you make that move. Nora Harrington trying to take a header there and turn it around. Nice hustle up to Olivia Slade. Clemson. Have you been following my team?
They not having one of their great years. What's their record now?
Oh, please. Well, they beat North Carolina, NC State on Saturday, 43-0. Deshaun Watson, the quarterback, he's going to be phenomenal. I think better than Taj Boyd. So bite your tongue, say I'm sorry, Paula.
Poor Taj, gone and forgotten in a hurry.
But Sammy Watkins, meanwhile, is doing really well with Buffalo, and he's with C.J. Spiller, who used to play for Clemson. And then my Andre Ellington, I saw he's with Detroit, I want to say.
Yeah,
And then there's DeAndre Hopkins.
They send. They send
Mia Silverio setting it up. Oh, just missed.
How about all the upsets though in college football this weekend? 5 out of the top 8. 5 out of the top 8 lost.
Amari Cooper, who I predict here on Channel 99, will win the Heisman Trophy, because Jameis Winston, who I predicted last year would win it after watching him play Clemson FSU, but I think Amari Cooper's going to win it. But Alabama lost.
They lost to what? Was it Mississippi?
Old Miss.
Oh yeah, Mississippi.
One of the Maloney's goes to Old Miss, and they posted it, on Facebook there at the game. It looked like a lot of fun, but to think that they beat Nick Saban, I couldn't believe that.
Oh, right now, if it.
Most of the bench, I didn't see you with your play. I thought you were just talking. I didn't know you were at the half-point line. Good thing you were at the bench. I appreciate it.
This official.
Wow.
This official is
too.
He's too offended. He's got to loosen up. He's got to loosen up.
Yeah, high school game.
Come on, where are we? If he said that in Brazil, they'd be lynching him now.
Mia Silverio trying to get that ball in the net. She wants that goal. I'm hoping to see her score today. She's pressing in that forward line. Yeah, that gets a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
But back to Alabama, Ole Miss. So I saw part of that.
Well, what I was
Great
getting
game.
to say before I was interrupted was by the official was that if it ended today, in the top 4 teams would be Ole Miss, Mississippi, and Mississippi State.
Yep.
Imagine 2 schools.
Well, I've got a bit of allegiance down there to Mississippi, but yeah, it just doesn't surprise me though. I don't know why. It just doesn't surprise me. Powerhouse schools down there take the SEC with football. Even if it's not a leading D1 team, you look at the players that they field and solid playing. But can you imagine being at that game? That must have been a great game. And then Georgia went to Vanderbilt and beat them handily. Clemson beat NC State. Did BC play this weekend?
I didn't hear a score from them, no. UMass gave up another big lead. They had a double-digit lead. I think it's second or third. No, he's not.
I don't think he's playing this year.
He's not. You're talking about Correa, Terrell. No, Terrell was on the island.
Yeah, I thought I saw him.
Supposedly he's going to transfer to a smaller school, but
Oh, I hope he does.
he's working. I see him working
Yeah, I thought I
in
saw
the
him.
business.
God, he's a strapping athlete.
But I'm telling you, his 2 younger
Nice.
brothers. One's a freshman, one's a senior, Paula. They are both
Great athletes.
doing a great job playing for the Whalers
Yeah.
this year.
I saw the name and my gut told me they must be related, but yeah.
Yeah.
The genetics in that family, just solid athletes, great football players. I would guess does he play basketball as well? The one, Terrell, the one that went?
Yeah. He was a good basketball player. How about the quarterback I think it was for Cal, who broke the record for passing yardage. Had like 720, 730 passing yards, and they won the game 60-59.
Wow.
In the team that they, oh my goodness.
I think he was yelling at us.
I thought he was too. I was. Yeah. The other guy's letting them in, but he won't let them in.
He's really, I guess he's it's substituting
So
Northampton.
finishing off I forget who Cal beat, but anyways, the other team, 60-59 they're losing, right? 1 second left, you get the ball down to the 1 yard line, and it's 4th down, and they set up for field goal. Now the field goal is coming from it's a 19-yard field goal, because when you center the ball, it goes back to the 9, and you add on the 10 yards of thing. So it's a 19-yard field goal, which is actually shorter than an extra point. An extra point is actually a 22-yard field goal, if you'd figured it out.
Right.
So they're setting up for the 19-yard field goal, and the guy shanks it. Not only does he miss it, he shanks it. The thing goes into the stands. It probably knocked a red cup out of one of the fans sitting on the right side of the field.
You're kidding.
Yeah. So they held on for the win. Well, they held on for the win. The other poor team lost it. The other team could have won the game 62-60 instead of losing the game 60-59.
Wow. No, I didn't see that. Lauren Wilson in play, Mia Silverio.
Well, see, I get my my 7.5 hours sleep, and when I wake up at 5 in the morning, you turn on Nessun, and you turn on ESPN, and you get the sports section, and they show you all those replays of the highlights.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, I do something similar. Oh, I thought Kate Daniels was going to have that so close.
Looking for
yet
the
so
corner
far.
there. Looking for the corner there. She couldn't squeak it by.
I think she might want to just either slow herself down a touch, or they've got to get that pass and play in that front line. Actually, he just literally said. Did he just say what I said?
He's listening to us. That's why he tries to get. That's why he tries to get closer to us. He's listening to us.
the ref is
He's getting
onto
closer,
something.
and then the ref shoos him back the other way.
They need to cross. They're not communicating up there in a physical way, in a verbal way.
Maybe
they're
at
not
halftime. Maybe at halftime we'll move our trucks so we'll be closer to the bench.
Start whispering again. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I have to agree. Hey, speaking of soccer, I heard Kyle Korea is
Play
good.
240s. Ref, 240. Oh, cancel that. Right. Hey, Cully. Fight in there. Yup.
How much time in the half, Coach?
Yes. Make it hard for her. Good. Good.
Ooh,
240.
Yeah, 240.
Get marked up right away. Get marked up right away. Come on. Come on.
I told you he was off when he gave me that before.
kinda
I was
thought
doing it with my own thing, and he told me 23 minutes. I had it.
Be there.
I gauge
had-
it by how cold I get out here, and I truly do. And I was thinking, wait a minute, we've been out here a little bit longer than
You
that.
can sit over here with the trainer, and she's protected.
No, I like being
We have a
I've
long.
got Busy's coat on because I need to mail it down to her.
Busy.
Yeah, Biz called me and she said, could you send my winter coat down?
Now tell me where Biz is again. I know you're telling me
She's at
something.
Mercer Law in Macon, Georgia, in her last year.
And it's cold in Macon, Georgia. Come on,
It
Busy.
was 67 degrees.
Come
and she
on.
Told me, could I send her
Come
winter
on,
coat?
Busy.
Should have hung up the phone.
I
So here's her coat.
I want you to send this tape to Busy. I said, Busy, come on, we are busy.
Well, I'm going to see her next week. I'm
All
gonna
right, okay, give her that message. Mr. Herman said, Busy, get with it.
get with well, midterm break's coming up, so I'm meeting Molly down south. I won't
And
tell you
where's
where.
Molly, in Virginia?
She's in Virginia, but we're meeting in Florida for 5 days
Oh.
on Friday. And then I'm going to go see Biz in Atlanta for a couple days.
Look at that, Gino. Paul is flying her daughters into Florida for a long weekend.
Oh, that's sweet.
She must have bought that house in Quinn that we're hearing about. just to, maybe she sold the house and so just a commission on the sale, she'll fly her daughters into Florida for the
No,
long
it's because
weekend.
Molly wears you down that I don't want to come back up north for semester break. I'm like, all right. Yeah, we'll have fun. Yeah, when I'm watching the Patriots next Sunday from the beach under a little umbrella,
Well, you better go to a sports bar because you
How
might.
much time left? Let's go.
I will do that.
Right away. Right away.
I'll be in dolphin territory.
Next week's game, for some strange reason, is on Fox, which I don't understand because the Patriots are playing Buffalo, and they're both American Conference teams, which are on NBC, the Channel 4.
Yeah.
But Fox is picking them up. Fox usually does the NFL conference, and I don't know why they got that game.
Interesting.
They moved that game from 4 to
But I'm going to be
1.
loving that game because of Sammy Watkins.
Jenna, come on over here. Slide
Zeta
over a
Wilson
little
with the
bit.
throw in.
Okay, probably about a minute to go in this one. First
Oh.
half,
Standing and
anyways.
watching.
Nantucket
Standing and watching.
Nice kick.
holding
from
to that
Cameron
1-0 lead.
Tate. Wow.
Oh, mistake.
Oh,
Big mistake.
oh.
And they
Wow.
There you go.
big save there. The defender for Sturgis made a big mistake. They're trying to kick the ball back to her goalie to field it, and then realizing the ball's not going to make it, goes after the ball a second time and knocks the goalie down. No Nantucket wheel is there to pick it up.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Again, they've got to get that front line together because they're missing a lot of opportunities up there. That was a perfect example of one. Emily Ballinger rose to the occasion up there. Nice job. She was trying to hustle that ball in, but she needs that balance. You know, it's like a ship up there. They've got to keep it running correctly.
I thought they took 30 minutes to go. 2:30 minutes.
Two
No.
40-minute.
2:40.
I think the girls are a little tentative about going in now.
Oh yeah.
Changing the guard, number 16, Catherine Pittman in. for
If you want
Nantucket.
to come in, you got to stand right here, 2 feet back, 1 feet to the left of the white line. Other than that, we're not going to let you
Toes turn
in.
in a
Right
certain
away.
way.
Come on. Come on.
I bet this guy used to be a former kindergarten teacher. And he played that May I game a lot. You know. May I come in?
May I come in? Oh, Mia's so there. Oh.
Ooh, Mia had a shot
So
high.
close, great, deep, nice kick. She just wants to bring it down a little bit. It's almost like taking that tennis racket,
Nation up
Dick,
front.
and you just got to
Find a
brush
breakfast.
that, get that little spin on the ball and drop it down all the way through. Did I tell you my tennis game is finally getting better?
It's getting better?
Getting better.
You spend a lot of time this summer on it?
I've been really getting back into it, not as much as I surf, but yeah, I've been having fun with it. Fun
It's a
group
game.
I play with.
It's a game you got to spend a lot of time with, yes.
No, I don't golf. You know, I think a lot of people ask me if I golf, and it's one thing I do golf. You do?
I haven't. I used to play a little, not a lot, and but I haven't played. I haven't.
Played
Like,
a
I guess
little,
it's about 3 years since I've been out. Yeah.
I went a couple years ago at Skinner's, which was a lot of fun, but it's just one of those things I don't get to for some reason. Kate Daniels trying to break away with Claire McKay. Catherine Pittman up there. Let's go, Catherine! Nora McClellan. Man on up, right up to Pittman. Nice job. Ooh, Lizzie Thayer trying to stop that one.
All right.
Nice catch by Grace Bartlett.
Fine now.
She is
Come on,
far out
Marty,
of the
right
goal
away.
there, Dick.
Yep.
She might want to reconsider doing that move in the second half. When they get out that far, it makes me a little nervous. Drop back to Lizzie Thayer. Zeta Wilson doing a nice job. Nice job, nice control. Oh, out on Nora. Oh, the ref didn't see that.
Start dropping, Blue. Start dropping. Come on.
Let's go, Nantucket!
Nantucket's got 2 there.
Let's go, Mia. Go, go, go,
2
go.
on 0.
Hold on to it. You got it. Yes!
Mia.
She's listening to what I'm saying.
She did a great job there, Mia.
She gets a Tommy point on that goal. That was a really nice goal.
Oh, we got to do our 3 stars. We forgot to do that last game.
Oh, we absolutely will.
We've got to do our 3 stars.
She dribbled that
I'm,
down nicely.
I'm glad you reminded me of your Tommy.
Nice goal.
What was
9 minutes, number 6.
Mia Sobero, nice job.
at
Oh,
the
just said she was
39-minute
gonna
mark?
score.
So 1 minute left of here in the first half. So big goal for the Wheels. It's much more confidence for the girls to go in with a 2-goal lead than a 1-goal lead.
She kept pressing on that left side. You knew that she just wanted that focus. And it was almost like she was
Go,
listening to
Blue,
what we were
come on,
saying.
on time,
Drop
let's
it down
go.
a bunch, brush that, with that kick. Brush that ball, follow through, and she had a nice dribble down. She stayed with the ball. She didn't panic. Perfect. That was like textbook soccer. Nice job.
And she also had the ability, and it might have affected one of the defenders, that Kate was running on the other side of her. But you made the right call. Take it yourself, and she took a nice, easy shot. She didn't try to blast it by her, but she kept
Yep.
the ball
Nice
low.
footwork. The way she just nicely moved her way up and inched away. Yeah, that was.
We
that was perfect.
probably over. There it is. So we have played 1 half here. It's your Lady Wheelers 2, Sturgis nothing. We'll take a short break and be back with second half action.